1980, KCIM Sports presents KCIM Sports Rewind. A look back at the week in high school sports, brought to you by St. Anthony Rehab Services. Here's Sports Director Jeff Blankman, John Ryan, and Jeff Honald.
Welcome back, KCIM Sports Rewind, and this week we actually have sports.
We do.
To talk about.
Hard to believe with snow out on the ground this morning.
That's a cruel April Fool's joke, wasn't it, to wake up to that?
Yeah.
I woke up this morning, and I about a little after 4:30 this morning, and I see on my phone I've got a Snapchat from Eric McCullough.
Yeah.
East Sac County football coach and tech instructor up there at East Sac County. And he's out working his cows at 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's a few choice words on there, and what the is this?
Yes.
Showing the snow.
He only works a couple months a year, so
that's what I woke up to this morning on that.
I haven't looked at that one yet because it came in so early in the morning. I have not taken a peek at that one.
Should I teach him? I put cameras on my dad so he didn't have to get up all night long. He can just look on his phone and see the calves. So maybe we'll teach Eric technology.
He put the digital timestamp on there to make sure we all knew what time he was out there doing that.
He was out there,
yeah. So you wake up to that, but we do have like soccer coming up. That they're using the soccer field for that. It's incredible.
Absolutely, we've had 3 soccer matches already played over at the football field or football. The stadium, Carroll Athletic Stadium.
So do you go up in the press box to cover that now?
No,
because you don't like the cold. I figured you'd go up there and put a heater on.
I did walk up there last night during the Carroll boys match with ADM at halftime and talked to Randy and Keith and the Tiger Vision boys and kind of warmed up a little bit before I headed back down for the second half. But no, when you're trying to take pictures and and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to do from the press box. So you got to be down on the sidelines.
So we'll talk more about those soccer matches coming up in a few more minutes. Also, some news and notes coming up here in a minute. But I wanted to mention did you see the Cubs last night?
I did. There was a girl crying because they were playing so bad. I really enjoyed that.
Epically bad. 6 errors last night. They had an error on every single infielder and 2 on Rizzo. They have not done that since, about the time this song was out. That's 1982, in case you're wondering, the year I graduated from high school. So, Cubs have not been that bad defensively in a while.
They were rough last night.
So you're saying Cubs fans are running away already?
Not quite running away, but
not talking next year yet.
They're a little shaky about this year, the way it's starting out.
The goofy thing is, though, is I heard there's some so-called experts that have them winning the World Series.
They obviously didn't watch the Brewers because I got to watch them over the weekend, and they look good.
Christian Yelich off to another MVP start on that
Absolutely.
one. So,
I think you could slow pitch lob that thing up there where it's coming straight down, and Yelich should still put it out. I mean, that guy can hit anything anywhere.
Make him hit those 16-inch softballs he had at the Rewind All-Star game.
That would
still be out.
I bet you he'd probably get enough of a few of them to hit somehow.
That guy hits hard.
I don't remember much about 1982, but I do remember that song, and I know it was a long time ago. Haley Birks, congratulations, her out of college now. She's got herself a job.
Yes, absolutely. We talked with her, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I can't remember, but we had her on, and she's going to be up in Lamar's teaching up there and going to be on the basketball staff. So congratulations to her. Great hire, great young kid. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're getting a great coach right there for that program. And by the way, we got to wish a happy birthday to a friend of ours, Bennett Blake, down there in Atlantic.
Absolutely.
KSOM and KS95. He's turning, I think, 32 years old today.
Is he? Wow. Man, he is still so young.
I know. If you follow him on like Snapchat, Instagram, funny guy.
He is always hilarious.
I watched one Snapchat one day. He laid out all of he's a big UNI guy.
Yes.
Went to UNI, graduated from there. And between his wife, his son, and him, he laid out all of their UNI things. It must have been a slow day down in Atlantic. He counted them up on Snapchat.
Yes.
And there was well over 100 items that he owned. It was either like coffee mugs, T-shirts, or something like that all had UNI logos on it.
Yeah, he is
one of the great guys.
I mean,
if you need help, I mean, he's one of. I mean, there's been times we've been missing some equipment or whatever. He has a piece of equipment for you, or we'll fight over tables just so we have something to fight about.
And speaking of that, just last night I realized I don't know how to spell Nottoway correctly all the time. I was doing a search for the Audubon girls track results on the Aspie Meet site, and I kept typing Nodway instead of putting the A in there. So I tweeted at Nodaway Valley and said, "Hey, any chance you can send me your results?" Because they hadn't done it yet. Well, then Bennett said them, and so did Derek Martin. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, well, maybe if I spelled Nodaway right, I'd have found him.
That's why he's in sports, folks.
Absolutely.
Not an English
There's
teacher.
a reason I'm not doing news anymore.
Well, now I think we need now to talk in excruciating detail about the bracket challenge going on.
Well, now let's start,
the
though.
picture became very clear over the weekend.
Yeah, Coach K says that since the computer is keeping score and not Blankman by hand,
it's all on the up and up.
He's not winning. So go figure. And we're not saying, we're just
almost
saying.
at the bottom. Almost at the bottom.
Just saying. I'm with Coach Case.
Well, Nathan Cones is still trying to make the argument he's not in last place. Nathan, tied for last place, is still last place.
Yes. And you know what? I think just for his comments yesterday, he deserves to be picked on more than Clive Clark today, who is sharing last place with him right now. And those two are stuck there no matter what because they have nobody left. So they can't score any more points. But
that's talent.
I think him trying to weasel his way out of last place is probably means that we've got to pick on him even more today.
The difference between last place and wherever I happen to be is I have one team left, and that's it. So I don't know
he
anybody's
was thinking
got two.
Simpson was maybe be able to play in the NIT, so that kind of explains a little bit that he doesn't understand the different divisions in basketball.
Maybe he should have taken Simpson all the way.
That was an actual conversation last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk in excruciating detail, as we did the other morning in sports, about all of the prognostication of who's going to finish where.
I'm still trying to figure out how yours didn't get put in there. You're still at 0. By rights, you're at the bottom with 0.
I'm still on the bottom of 0.
The funny thing is, though, is as he said yesterday, you can still go in and look at his bracket, but for some reason it's not keeping the score.
I checked.
Didn't load it up in our group. See, I'm on the up and up.
I checked.
I'm an honest guy.
Well, you're ahead of me, so I wanted to make sure.
As much as you want that second trophy for this tournament, Gene Rasmussen is still in first place right now.
Yeah. By the way, have you seen my trophy?
I did.
Would you like to see it again?
I actually got on. I said if I was still leading after week 2, I was wearing a crown. I was going to Burger King getting a crown.
There you go.
You're lucky.
But Gene Rasmussen right now in first, but he's done. He has nobody left, no champion left, so he can't score any more points. John currently, folks, right now is in second place, and if Virginia ends up getting into the national championship and stuff, he probably will win unless Michigan State ends up as the champion. If Michigan State ends up as the champion, Caitlin Christensen, who is sitting in fifth place right now, would end up being your champion this season. So it's really come down to potentially a 3-person, kind of a 4-person race. Honald's still in it. Well,
all I got is Virginia.
Oh, that's right. So you can't catch. So it's a 3-person race. If Virginia and Michigan State don't get into the finals, then Gene ends up winning. Because nobody else scores any more points.
If Texas Tech wins out, it's going to stay the same.
Absolutely. If Virginia wins the title, then John will be our champion. If Caitlin Christensen wins the title, or Michigan State, I should say, then Caitlin Christensen will be. Now, I got to give a little bit of a shout out. Tom Hawkap last year finished all the way in the basement, had nobody left when the Final Four got around last year. I think he was done in the Sweet 16, if I remember right.
It was not a good year for the Hawks.
And he was down all year this year.
And he was down all this year, but he's got Michigan State left, so he could potentially still finish in second place if Michigan State wins the championship. And a guy that we love to give a hard time to, Cole Corson, who has been buried down around Nathan Cones and Clive Clark down in the basement, all tournament long.
Down in Nathan Cones territory.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the new one.
That's from now on, every year it's going to be Nathan Cones territory.
I apologize, Nathan. I didn't mean to do that.
No, that's perfect.
But he's got Virginia left, so if Virginia wins the title, then he will probably finish in second place.
Nathan?
No, Cole Corson.
Cole Corson,
Nathan's stuck.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Everybody else is completely done. Nobody's got anybody left.
Yeah, once Duke went out of the tournament, bam, that just knocked everybody out right there.
We've never had a year where so few people are still vying for the title going into the Final Four, where there's been so many people that have no Final Four teams left, and I'm one of those. I'm tied with Sean Minahan and Corey Meyer, just ahead of Nathan and Clive and stuff, but I have nobody left.
So if Virginia wins out, I think I can sneak into second behind John.
You'll sneak into second. The only person that might be able to catch you is Cole if they win the whole thing.
Ooh,
because he'd get 320 points for that championship round. But Got to give Matt Wilkin a little bit of a hard time, too. Matt was last year's winner, and when he sent in the text to let me know that he had filled out his bracket this year, he said defending champion, this year's champion. So he was very, very confident in his picks. And right,
he's been down towards the bottom the whole game.
He has been. He's sitting in 18th place right now out of 23 guys. So
nice,
he's, yeah.
18th is not 23rd, though.
No, so absolutely.
Nobody will remember this conversation next year.
That is true. The only, and people will have a hard time remembering who won. I didn't remember that Matt won last year until he reminded me of it.
Can we get like a poster in here to list the losers? You got to go back through all the losers ones and put it up here so we always have it.
We might have to work. Call Jim Jensen, our friends from Trophies Plus, to work us up a little trophy for a traveling trophy to go for the last place finisher.
Get something on video so it's always there so they know it.
I do notice that his trophy is still sitting back
over
here
there
in the studio.
It's staying there.
Yeah,
it's staying there until next summer.
I thought maybe you did you take it to your desk and have it on the desk, then bring it back in with you in the morning.
My daughter wants me to display it in the front entryway of our house.
I love your daughter.
I said, you know what? Why not? Let's do that.
Is that the only trophy you've ever won?
Yeah, probably. I walked in a 5K once, and I think they gave me a medal. So, by the way, we're live on Facebook this morning, thanks to our friends at Johnston Communications. So say hi to us, and we'll talk to you. We got Mary Jane Stribe listening right in our watch right now, and Stacy Belcock. Do you guys ever work? I don't know. So say hello.
Stacy, we know no.
Yeah. Anything else we need to cover before we head into our interview?
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out and a congratulations, Keegan King from South Central Calhoun.
Really cool.
Signed yesterday at Grandview with women's wrestling. She becomes the first signee ever for Grandview's new women's wrestling program. So out of South Central Calhoun, a terrific kid. I think the thing that amazes me the most, I posted a picture of her yesterday with the Grandview coach on both Twitter and Facebook. It's amazing to me, and even when I did a video interview with her during the wrestling season, it's amazing to me how many people comment, great wrestler, but a much better kid. She is just a real sweetheart of a kid and a great kid. So congratulations to her, Troy Greeter, who has done a lot of work with her up at South Central Calhoun and helping her travel the women's and girls wrestling circuit in the state of Iowa and stuff, and has really worked a lot with her. Congratulations to the both of them, and I'm looking forward to following how she does up there at Grandview.
That'd be cool. I mean, that's a really cool program getting put together. Congratulations.
All right, set up our interview. Who do we have?
We've got Kali and Kia Rasmussen coming up. Of course, both from IKM Manning, playing up at Simpson. Kali was senior this year, Kia freshman. So the two sisters had one last chance to play together this season.
And they were so excited to do the interview.
Oh, yeah, they love interviews.
You'll hear that next.
It's at your house.
Welcome back to Rewind here on 1380 at KCIM and, of course, on 95.1 FM. Jeff Blankman and Jeff Honald, joined by a couple of really excited
they're
guests
excited
here on the radio
They
here
cannot
today.
wait to be on the radio.
I think the two people we talked to who love doing radio interviews and video interviews more than any kids we've ever dealt with. We have got Kali and Kia Rasmussen over at Simpson College joining us here today. And ladies, thank you very much for joining us here today.
You know, we were talking off air. I'm not sure I ever got a dirtier look interviewing somebody than Kia Rasmussen.
So, girls, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We want to talk to you about a little bit about your guys' last basketball season here, who wrapped up here within the last month or so. But, Kali, for you as senior, what was your thought process coming into your senior season, and did it play out kind of the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, I was just really excited, and knowing that I got to play with my sister, it just made it even more exciting because I just loved playing in high school with her. We did our workouts together all the time, you know, during the summer, and I got to work out with someone else, like doing lifting and just all that stuff. And it was just really exciting to know that I'm working out with one of my, not only my sister, but my teammate, you know, going into college. So, and I was just glad that I could help her if she had any questions, you know, because this was my fourth year of doing those things. So it was just really awesome that we got to do it together, and made it really special for last year for me.
How much did you recruit her to Simpson so that you could play with her?
Well, I didn't pressure her because, I wanted her to go where she would feel comfortable and because she would have to be there for 4 years, So I just kind of let her decide on her own. But in the back of my head, I kept, thinking, I really hope she comes to Simpson with me. But I just kind of let her do her thing and helped her look at all of her options. And we made a pros and cons list. So I didn't really want to affect her decision.
Kaya, getting the opportunity to play with your sister and probably being down there and watching her play for them for the last 3 years, did that help you make Simpson a decision, or did Simpson sell itself to you?
I think both of those options did. I mean, coming down and watching my sister, I started, knowing the players, and so that just kind of helped. But also, I really love the coaches, so both parts of those really helped my decision.
Kaya, let's talk about that. And both of you guys, I guess that you played for your dad for a number of years, and we were just going to tease him that he was leading the basketball thing. And if you want it, we were going to say that he didn't do any teaching at all. All he did was watch basketball day. But you go under another coach for the first time. Talk about that. That's a little different. Most people go the other way, but talk about how that is for you guys.
Yeah, we're so fortunate to be around basketball all our lives and just have that opportunity to have that rebounder all the time. And playing AU, we had a lot of different coaches, so I think that helped. And both of us are very coachable players, I would say, and we respect anyone who would coach us, just so I don't think it was hard for either of us to play for someone else, And like Kaya said, all of our coaches are awesome. They want us to be better people, not like on the court, and they just wanted us to be better people, which brought it onto the court. So it made it so much more easier to play for them. And they would tell us it's okay to make mistakes, So that just helped us out a lot. And yeah, we are very blessed with the coaches that we've had.
I'm sure you got to look in the stands. Now, let's talk about your dad. Do you think it was harder for him to sit there and cheer or be on the bench?
I don't know. I think he kind of enjoyed just getting to watch us and just kind of relax,
Your dad relaxed?
Because in high school, he was coaching, and I think he liked just relaxing and watching us play the game that we love.
Kaya, how was it playing with your bigger sister?
I loved it. She was always there for me, and just whenever I needed help with anything, even just coming in the first week of practice, it was always tough as a freshman. So I always knew that I had someone that I could count on and look up to.
What was the biggest differences for you this year, Kaya, coming from high school into college?
Well, I guess I was always around my dad's practices, so I kind of just had new, there were some changes and some drills I didn't know, but coming into my freshman year of college, I didn't really know what to expect, and I didn't really know any drills, so that was what I was most nervous about coming in, I'd say.
Did you feel like you made the transition pretty well as the season went on?
Yeah, I do. Once I got going, I felt like it worked out pretty good. So
Kaylee, with you wrapping up your career there, talk about the 4 years. Where were some of the favorite places you played throughout your career, and some arenas that you felt like were really cool that you got a chance to visit?
Yeah, I was very fortunate. Every single year since my freshman year, I got to go on a trip. I traveled with the varsity. So freshman year, we went to Puerto Rico over Christmas. And then sophomore year, we went to Las Vegas. And then junior and senior year, we went to Florida. So those have been very amazing trips. And just I was glad I got to experience that with my team. And a couple of the years, some of my family members got to go, so that was awesome too. But just all the conference games here are the gyms are very, very nice. So even away games weren't that bad to go to, just knowing that the gyms were nice and all the facilities were awesome.
Kaylee, where did you feel like you grew as a player and as a person through your 4 years?
I definitely feel that this year I became a better leader, and just making sure everyone around me, I was being positive and just trying to build each other up, because freshman year was a little tough for transition for me just because I didn't really know anyone. So this year I tried to make it as comfortable as can be for the freshmen here. I had them over at my apartment. We had movie nights, and just tried to make everyone comfortable with everyone, and just having that leadership. I feel like I really became a great leader, and not also that, but just becoming more confident with who I am, and I really think that helped me this year.
So movie night, were you watching Hoosiers, or what movies were you watching on movie night?
Oh, gosh. Just any comedies or even scary ones, even though Kaya doesn't like scary ones. I made her watch them.
Kaylee, now we talked about it. You're wrapping up school, a few more weeks here, and you're going to be done. And what are you looking to do in the future, and where at?
I'm majoring in elementary education. So right now I'm finishing up my student teaching. I have 5 more weeks of that, and then I'm planning to get a job back around home, and whatever.
So you could do more interviews with Blankman, is what you're trying to say.
Are you looking to coach in the future? Is what Jeff is asking. Are you looking to coach in the future?
As of right now, not really, but I would be open to getting my coaching license or so.
Where are you? Where are you teaching at right now? Where are you student teaching?
It's a preschool in Des Moines. This is my second placement. My first one was here in Indianola, so that was nice. During basketball season, I could make it to practice on time and didn't really have any conflict. So,
Kaya, you're a freshman. What are you studying, and what direction are you looking to go?
Well, as of right now, I'm still undecided.
Nothing wrong with that. Talk about this season for you. Where do you feel like you got better as a basketball player this season?
I would say just trying to find where I fit in, I guess, and that sorry.
Not a problem.
I really try to focus on my defense, I would say, and just work in every aspect that I could in that, and just every play just gave 100%.
So with your sister now graduating, what's going to be different for you, do you think, next year? And Kaylee, will you still keep in touch with her probably during the season and kind of help her through any spots?
Oh, yeah, definitely. If I'm around home, I'll probably ride with either mom or dad, whoever comes to games, and probably come watch, because I'll miss it. So,
Kaya, what are you looking forward to next year?
I'm just looking forward to getting back out on the court with my teammates and just playing basketball again.
So I got to ask, we were talking beforehand, and Jeff's been giving your dad a hard time about his brackets. Yeah, Kaya, what do your brackets look like? And Kaylee, what did your brackets look like right now?
Not good.
Yeah, mine either.
For the men's team, I had Duke and North Carolina in the championship, with Duke winning it all.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well.
I had North Carolina winning in most of my brackets, so.
And you said on the boys' side. So on the girls' side, did you guys fill out brackets there too?
Yeah, I had Mississippi State women winning it all.
Okay, and they just got beat yesterday in the round of 8. So that was a tough loss for you.
I'm not doing so hot.
You need to cheat off your dad.
Any of you guys have an Iowa knocking off Notre Dame?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Baylor, yeah. Yeah. So
I do. I have Iowa and UConn in the championship.
Wow, that'd be a good
Well,
game.
that could be a good game. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, girls, it's a lot of fun catching up with you. Appreciate you giving us the interview here today. I teased you that I'd sneak a video camera down there, but we didn't do that, so you're safe.
He can't run it.
Oh, good.
Girls, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Kaylee, best of luck with finding a job and teaching next year. And Kaya, I'm sure I'll catch up with you at a basketball game down there sometime very soon.
Yeah,
Thanks,
maybe.
guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Kaya and Kali Rasmussen joining us. We're back with more Rewind coming up next here on KCI.
It is KCIM Sports Rewind, live streaming right now on Facebook with the help of Johnston Communications. And, of course, you can catch a video of that anytime and an audio podcast on our website. It's carrollbroadcasting.com, so you can hear all of the brilliant, intelligent conversation that's happened over the last half hour.
Have we ever had a brilliant conversation on this show?
I'm sure somewhere in the archives there's a little nugget.
If it was
there.
all video or all interview.
Yeah.
Now I understand maybe listen to the podcast, but why would anybody want to watch us again?
Hey, we're good-looking people. Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
what we do.
have fans.
We have
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
Well,
It's only
Pomeroy
so
doesn't.
they can see John's trophy. That's all.
Pomeroy
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Shall I get the trophy out again?
Yeah.
You want me to do that?
You know, the one thing I've noticed is we've never gotten to that 1,000 viewers, so I'm still safe.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a date with Blankman.
So far. Let's talk soccer. There's been some great soccer matches in this early part of the season.
There has been. Carroll boys picked up a win over Underwood to open up the season in a nice win. Kemper girls last night ended up giving up an early goal. The Fieldhouse field is not always great. It's not real smooth, and the ball took kind of a funky hop. It hit a hole and kind of bounced around Kayla Venner and into the goal. So they fell down 1-0, but ended up tying it 2-2 and then won it. They went through 2 overtimes and then went to penalty kicks.
Just say, did I see Kayla Venner was stuffing them on penalty kicks?
Yeah, Kayla Venner 4 for 4 on stopping penalty kicks last night, and the Knights got 2 penalty kicks in. Courtney Schinkelberg had scored both of their goals during the regular part of play during regulation, but they ended up winning 3-2 last night over Atlantic, so a really good win for them. So, a really good start to the season for some of our area soccer teams.
How about some of the other sports going on right now? Track it just seems like it's just getting going.
It is. Track, everything's really just getting going. The first outdoor track meet would have been a little over a week ago with the Carroll one, but only Carroll and Kemper locally were there. And then we had a few track meets last Thursday night, a really good one up at South Central Calhoun. We have some really good pictures from Jeff Storyhan on our results page for both the girls and boys for that, if anybody wants to check that out. And then last night we had a few track meets. Last night was kind of busy in track. IKEA Manning was split between Trainer and Riverside. You had the Ink Wonderly with a bunch of the area boys teams up at Lake City. The girls teams were up at Rich Ryan, up at Gowrie, and then the Audubon girls were as well in action at Nottoway Valley last night, and all those results are posted. Golf just got underway last night. Tennis will get underway tonight, so not a lot going on with those sports right now.
Good luck finding a golf ball in this weather out there today.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, is it still supposed to warm up today? They were talking 50s yesterday.
It'll be in the 50s today, so it'll melt off here pretty quickly. But, that's waking up this morning, that was a bit of a shock.
Have to use a yellow ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow or blue.
It stands out really well in the pond for me.
Yeah, that's probably.
You can see it right down at the bottom of the pond.
I see it every time, right in the middle.
Yeah. And then we've got some other news and notes as well. Stephen Grimm from IKEA Manning going to sign to play college football probably Friday this week is the kind of the date that's set right now, but it's moved a couple of times. So the Grim Reaper going to be heading off to play some college football, and Emma Honish from Glidden Ralston signing tomorrow. To play volleyball up at Morningside. So we've got some kids that are going to be, along with Keegan King, who signed yesterday to wrestle, going to be heading off to the next level.
All right, so if anybody's looking for scores, stats, things like that, after the ball games are over, Jeff, where do they find that on the website?
Just go to the 1380kcim.com, go to the scores and stats section. They're right on the sports drop-down menu. Click on that, and it's girls track results, boys track results, all the golf results. It's separated out by gender and pretty easy to find. You can just scroll down. And we did have Jeff Storyhound up at the track meet last week up in Lake City. He's going to be going with me every now and then, and we'll get some of his amazing pictures with some of our results as this season goes on.
Did he take a picture of John with his trophy?
He probably would come in and take one.
I think the photo shoot's later this afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah. We're getting ready for that.
He's going to use the old camera in case it breaks.
We might have to get one with the new trophy if he wins this thing next Tuesday.
I quit.
Oh. if I get a trophy, you're out. It's going to be sitting in your chair.
That's okay, because if you win, I don't want to come in.
All right, catch a podcast of KCIM Sports Rewind available at carrollbroadcasting.com. Don't forget, check out the video. This will be live streamed and saved on our Facebook page and also on Johnston Communications. And that's
my new neighbors, Johnston Communications.
Yes, that's right. They've got a brand new location, Highway 71 and 30, and they got a grand opening coming up and all sorts of good stuff going on there. So look it up. KCIM Sports Rewind.